Let's go. 10-2 stop. Watch the screen. Pass. Shoot.
They'll run with his second-year man from ASU, Kalen Balazs. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yep.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
61, matchbox, lights. Kill. Turn up. Hey, seam 6. Same. Go.
On first down, Hill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Big stop, let's go.
Here's Hill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Yeah, he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Hill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Hill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Play action. Haskins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
59. 59, check, 59. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They go play action with Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He wants it all for the end. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it, and the Redskins scoop it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. 21-0 our score after 1.
So we got man.
He can run for it, and he will. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Balaj. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Protein spill. Now.
On second and 12, Hill. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That's a gain of 10.
Third and 2, Hill. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 31-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Balaj. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on third down, Hill. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Mike, check. 50 nothing. Stop your whining. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Haskins to throw it. Complete. Richardson has it. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
He's checking.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Ready. Check. 59. You're not ready. Switch. It's free. He's checking crack. Echo. Check.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On second down and 4, Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26.
It's a gain of 30. And
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Raekwon McMillan, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins to Thompson on the screen. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins, he's going to go for it all. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Break. Mike, 56.
Yes. Let's go, defense. Shoot.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
3 buzz. There we go, Mike 20.
Hey, buzz.
Now this time he'll look to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Tight end right. We got
Final play of the half. It's Haskins. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. And that's complete. It's Sims. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
From midfield now, Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Haskins.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now it's Haskins. And a pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Returnable for Grant. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 29-yard line. Hill on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
56 to Mike.
They'll stay on the ground. Barrage again. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because
that's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Squeeze, double. 56 to Mike. 56.
Now it's Hill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Hill. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That time, 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah,
you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a... And
rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Wilkins in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Go! At their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go. Undercrush.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Rashad Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hill is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Steven Sims, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that they're...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Hill. And he fires one incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Flush to his right. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Haskins will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hill, he finds Pirine out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Hill now to throw. Gets this into the hands of Samaje Pirine. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hill. He's got good size. We know he's... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now a quick pass to Richardson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Haskins going to try to throw it. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. Here's Haskins out of the gun. The throw taken in by Sims. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches